A recent survey has shown that nearly 17 million people across the UK are at serious risk of getting into debt. 40% of working-age people have less than £100 in savings, so any unexpected bills or expenses could suddenly push them into a financial crisis. High Court enforcement agents Gary Brown and trainee Connor Jackson work all over London and the South East, collecting debts and seizing goods.
Nice sunny day, it's only 9 degrees.
Today they're in Lewisham, South East London, with a writ to recover over £1,700 owed by Carl Gardner to a parking company.
What we got next, mate?
I do believe some parking tickets for the amount of £1,752.80.
The job sounds straightforward, but it will push all of Gary and Connor's skills and abilities to the limit.
I think it's the second one in from the end, mate. Hello?
Hello?
Hi,
You all right, mate?
Who you after?
Carl Gardner, please. Who are you, please, mate?
Who am I, his brother?
Okay. Have you got a phone number for him we could speak to him about, please? All right, mate. We're here about a legal matter. Ideally, we need to speak to Carl.
Yeah, well, I haven't got a number for him. He's just come here, but obviously he doesn't live here anymore.
But he doesn't live here, you say?
No.
But Carl is listed on the electoral roll at this address. The agents have the right to stay and investigate further.
Do you own this property? Do you live here, or do you live here with parents, or... Is your mum here?
Yeah, but she's like 81, she can't come here.
Could I see a copy of the council tax bill or the tenancy agreement? The easiest way, if we can't find the paperwork, is that we just come in, have a look around and confirm that he doesn't live here.
Give us a sec, we'll see.
Okay, all right.
The man claiming to be Carl's brother has locked the agents out. But Gary is still suspicious that he could be the debtor.
Stuttering and stammering about who lives here. So, I'm not convinced at the moment. I don't believe his brother hasn't got a mobile number for him either.
When people are telling the truth, their body language tells you quite a lot. And I'm quite observant to that. And people will look you in the eye. But when they lie, you know, they'll avoid eye contact. There'll be little gestures that they'll do. They give it all away. They will be very closed off physically. From somebody such as myself that can spot that body language, it can be quite easy to see.
5 minutes later, the man has not yet returned.
Ah, you found it.
Still looking, I haven't found the bill. I've got a letter from the council. Right.
Have you got any ID, Lloyd? Just so I can confirm you're not Carl.
All right.
The man has left the front door open, so Gary and Connor seize their opportunity.
Excuse me, I didn't ask you to come in.
I know, you left the door open, sir, so we made peaceful entry. We're allowed to do that. Have you got a driving licence or...
I can't find the passport. Mum, who am I?
Hey,
Who am I?
no daughter,
Okay.
my son.
It seems the man is the debtor's brother after all. But the agents still need to establish whether Carl lives here or not.
I want to cause as little stress to anyone else as possible. We need to see proof one way or another that he doesn't live here.
Well, that's what I'm saying. How
So-
can I prove that he doesn't live here? As far as I'm concerned, you've just walked into my property, yeah, and you ain't got no legal rights.
We have. We've got a High Court writ. Do you want to follow us around so you can see what we're doing?
Well, that's what my mum's got to say, yes.
No.
To be honest, Lloyd, I know it's her house and I respect that, but we have a job to do and we have legal authority from the courts.
But Lloyd refuses to accept the agent's authority.
I'm asking you to leave, please.
And I'm saying no. We can gain peaceful entry.
Yes, which you have done. You
Once
walked
we're in,
yeah,
you can't have us removed and you can't obstruct us from doing our job.
well, you're going to have to move me. And then that means you're going to have to fight me to move me,
The
innit?
police will move you.
No, what is what I'm saying? Well, you're going to have to do that, because at the end of the day...
In front of us, mate.
Yeah, please,
You
mate.
know what I mean?
The prospect of the police being called changes Lloyd's mind.
You know, at the end of the day, You should let them come and look then, innit?
Can we do that?
Can one of them look?
Okay, don't bother calling the police. All right, we've cancelled the phone call to the police, okay?
Yeah, just one of you. Just one of you.
Okay.
Yeah,
all
okay,
right, that's fine.
I'll stay down here, mate, not a problem.
The agents have a right to search each room thoroughly for evidence that the debtor may in fact be living in the house.
That's one room there.
But Lloyd has other ideas.
What are you looking for?
Evidence.
You can't just come in here and
Lloyd-
start
Lloyd.
opening up stuff.
Yes, I can. And I'm going to.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can. The more you get involved and try to obstruct me from doing it, the more you're going to get yourself in trouble.
Then, in the next bedroom, Gary makes a game-changing discovery.
Why is Carl Gardner's 30-day free trial for Amazon Prime in this room?
Because he used to live here.
The discovery suddenly changes Lloyd's attitude.
Right, so basically, I'll tell you what you do. Leave the door.
Lloyd,
Leave the door. Call the
Lloyd.
police. Call the police.
Don't
Come out.
start getting-
No, come out.
Don't
Call the police.
touch
No,
me.
call the police. Call the police, yeah? Call the police, man. Call the police, man!
Listen.
I said, come out! Call the police, man. Come out! My mum's 81! Are you disrespecting her in her house?
Listen, you need to
Come
stop.
out.
Hey, hey!
Come out then!
Do not.
Yeah, you come then!
Yeah.
Yeah, you come! Get out! Get out!
You want the police?
I
Yeah,
said,
police
come out!
assistance, please.
You need to come out of my house, man! You need to come out!
No, we're not going anywhere.
You need to come out of my mum's house!
Step back.
I said you need to come out of my
Step
mum's
back.
house! You need to come out of my mum's house! See?
We're going to call the police.
Yeah, well, call them, man!
Send police immediately, please. Don't push me.
Why you push me?
Listen, I don't want you to push me down the stairs. All right, you can understand that, can't you?
Yeah, I do. But I want you to go down and call the police down there, yeah? Come on.
Listen, get off me.
This simple debt recovery has turned into a violent situation. With the case on a knife edge, it will take all of Gary and Connor's experience to keep themselves safe until the police arrive. Connor Jackson and Gary Brown were in southeast London, collecting a £1,700 debt from Carl Gardner for unpaid parking fines.
Who are you, please, mate?
Who am I, your brother?
Lloyd Gardner claimed his brother no longer lived at the address.
Yeah, well, I haven't got a number for him. He doesn't live here anymore.
But when the agents found evidence to the contrary,
Why is Carl Gardner's 30-day free trial for Amazon Prime in this room?
the situation turned nasty.
Get out! Get out!
Get off me. Send police immediately, please.
What's happening there?
High Court Enforcement, we've made peaceful entry.
Don't make peaceful entry. They pushed their way into my house.
And the gentleman here has become very aggressive.
Now, despite the fact the police are on their way, Lloyd isn't backing down.
I'm asking you nicely. Can you
I'm
stand
saying
up out
no.
there? You're
I'm
messing
saying
up
no.
my mum's house.
Listen, you need to stay
Yeah?
calm. Do you understand me?
I'm calm.
You are not doing yourself any favours. This isn't even your debt.
Doesn't matter about whose debt. You're in my mother's house. My mum's 81.
When somebody's being aggressive and violent towards me, it does get my heart beating a bit faster. It's not something that I'm ever going to accept. Sometimes it is the best decision to back off and wait for further assistance from police.
10 minutes after they were called, the police arrive.
Afternoon, guys. This is the writ for Carl Gardner at this address. He's saying he doesn't live here, but he's being very evasive and very cagey about the whole thing. He doesn't want us to go looking through drawers, which makes us think that there is a possibility that he does live here.
I've come up there, seen him going through drawers. He didn't wait for me to come in the room. Then when I'm asking him to go back down the stairs, and he said, well, they have to call the police.
How about as a
they have to call the police
how about
if
as a
that's whatever.
compromise
I'm
then?
saying, yeah, call the police then.
How
But then
about
you
as
lot
a
didn't want to come
compromise
downstairs.
then?
You
Go
lot
inside
my
the
mum's
address.
sitting down on the
All
stairs.
together, we check the rooms, we'll go in, all together with yourselves, we'll get this issue sorted out as quick as possible.
To keep the peace, the police escort the agents back upstairs to the room they suspect might be Carl's.
If he doesn't live here, then, we'll see. We'll see what I find. Okay, I'm going to need to move the bed so I can get into these drawers.
Another family member is watching the agents search.
Carl Gardner. And I found letters, birthday cards. Everything I'm seeing is for Carl Gardner.
Yeah. Because he used to live here.
Then, Gary makes an unusual discovery.
I've got a few things here to Carl.
There are several envelopes addressed to Carl, stuffed with cash.
If he didn't live here, why wouldn't he take his money with him?
He's allowed to open up his letters.
Then, yes, this is addressed to Carl.
You didn't even tell me how much money. You didn't
Oi.
even tell me Yeah, but wait a minute. You didn't even told me it was owed or nothing. You just
You're not Carl. You're not Carl.
Yeah, well, that's why you ain't supposed to be in here.
Listen.
No, we need to know why you're taking that money.
It looks to me that this is Carl's money.
That
80,
is not Carl's
100,
money.
20.
It's not Carl's money.
Gary has found in total £940 in the envelopes addressed to Carl.
Why would he leave hundreds of pounds in an address that he doesn't live anymore? I think it's becoming clear that this is Carl's room.
It's a great feeling when you find that single crucial piece of evidence that confirms they live there. An open letter, subscriptions, things taken out in the debtor's name. They're not going to have that there if they didn't live there.
Despite claiming that he didn't have a number for his brother, Lloyd finally gets Carl on the phone.
Hello, Carl.
Hello?
Hi. My name's Gary Brown. I'm a High Court enforcement agent. I'm at this property. Lloyd is quite passionately stated that you don't live here. However, I've found evidence that you do. There's quite a number of envelopes with money in. So I've seized this cash. We've got nigh on £1,000 in cash.
So can you explain to me what this money is owed for, please?
It's for parking fines accrued against yourself.
So you're actually in my room, taking things out of my things.
So you do live here
I
then?
don't live there, no.
Well, you just said I'm in your room. You've just slipped up, Carl. You've just
Does not belong to me.
admitted
No, I
you
haven't.
stay in this room.
No. You must have misunderstood me when I was speaking, but I did not say that. Because it's got my name on it, you're thinking it's mine.
Gary's patience is now running out.
I'm going to escalate this case to the sale and disposal stage very shortly, now that I've established you live here. If you give me a refusal, to pay this debt in full, or if you say that you can't pay it, then I am going to remove goods and escalate this case. Are you going to pay this debt now?
Are you happy with the money you received?
No, I'm not. I want the full balance.
You've got some cash.
It doesn't matter, I want the full balance. Are you going to pay this debt or not?
I don't have the money to pay
Okay,
that.
there you go.
With Carl saying he can't pay any more than the £1,000 Gary has already found, the agents have no choice but to look for assets to cover the remainder of the £1,700 debt. But searching and listing assets to seize will increase the total by a further £630.
Right. It's gone to stage 3. We're at £2,382.80. Either it's paid in full or we remove goods. There's no arguments about it.
Lloyd, he's escalated it now. Did you hear how much is needed, Lloyd?
Connor, can you start making an inventory of goods? We'll start in this room. It's a shame it has to go this far, before people realise we're serious.
There doesn't appear to be much in the room of any value. But then, Gary spots some vehicle testing equipment.
Connor?
Yes, mate?
What's this, mate? Is this the diagnostics machine?
Yeah, that's worth a bit of dough, that is, mate.
Is it?
Probably worth about £600-700, that.
Oh, okay.
Suddenly, Lloyd makes the agents an offer.
You got £1,000, so that just leaves £442.80.
So, and there's no way that you can sort that out, even tomorrow or something like that?
No, we need to get it sorted today, mate.
To settle the debt once and for all, Carl's mother pays the remaining balance.
If you can check the amount underneath your pin for me, please.
Oh, yes.
Thank you.
So I'm just going to write you out a receipt for the cash. That's to say that we received the £1,940. Okay, and then we'll sort out the rest on the card and we'll get out of it for you, mate.
After nearly 2 hours at the house, the debt is settled in full.
Okay, that's it, we're done.
All right, thank you very much.
It's been a testing case for the agents.
I don't believe a word anybody tells me until I see proof. I don't deal with people's say-so. I deal with proof and evidence. So I'll look for evidence myself. He's tried pulling the wool. It hasn't worked. Pay the money.
Can we go home? Yeah.
There are currently 4.7 million self-employed workers in the UK, and the numbers are on the rise. But the average wage for someone self-employed is now lower than it was 20 years ago. A recent survey revealed that over 40% of people in self-employment earn less than £1,000 a month. High Court enforcement agents Stuart McCracken and Elmore Victor are in Flintshire, North Wales, to collect more than £2,000 owed by tradesman Paul Wiley to a former employer.
There's always a story, mate. There's always a story.
Yeah. It looks a bit in darkness, I'll be honest.
Top curtain, twitching. We've got a twitcher.
We've got a twitcher.
Oh.
Mr. Wiley's employers escalated the case to the High Court, and now he must pay the £2,200 he owes in full today. The door is open.
Hello?
So Stuart takes the opportunity to enter the property.
Hello there. Hello, we're after Paul Wiley. Actually, we're High Court enforcement agents, you see. So we've been sent by the claimant to collect an outstanding balance.
He's not here.
Isn't it? Are you able to get him on the phone?
No, because his phone's been cut off.
Right, okay. You need to try and get in contact with him, one way or another.
I'll go out in the car and get him.
Right.
You're not coming in the house.
We'll be staying here at the moment.
Well, you can't stay in there because I need to go out in the car.
Right, well, at the moment we're inside the property, I'm afraid, so we're here to execute the writ.
My husband's phone to be disconnected. If there was any way I could get hold of him, I would, but I can't. I know where he's working, so I'm going to go now and get him now.
Right, okay.
We're all human at the end of the day, and it's very difficult sometimes to see the human impact some of these cases has on a family and how it can tear some families apart. But, you know, we have to be professional at the end of the day.
While Mrs. Wiley leaves with her 2 young children to fetch her husband, the agents look around the house for any assets they could seize if he doesn't pay.
Nothing in the house, mate, really.
There's little here to cover the debt. But only a few minutes later, a van pulls up near the house.
Does that look like him?
Oh, it's like him.
Morning. Is it Mr. Wiley? Morning, sir. My name is Mr. Victor. This is my colleague, Mr. McCracken.
Hello there, sir.
Enforcement agents.
No.
Nice to meet you, Mr. Wiley. Do you know what it's about?
I do now, yeah.
We don't, to be honest with you. That's why I'm asking.
I was self-employed and I struggled, people not paying me. Because I wanted to better myself. I just wanted to, get a full-time job, but I ended up packing the job in.
Mr. Wiley claims that after the company failed to pay him all the money he was owed, he fell into mortgage arrears and took drastic action.
And I actually used their money to pay my mortgage because I nearly had my house repossessed.
Yeah.
When his employer found out what he'd done, they took him to court and he was ordered to repay the debt plus costs.
Now, at the moment, the balance is £2,231 and 9 pence.
I haven't got it.
If not, we instructed to remove goods.
I don't know what to do, I don't know how I'm going to get the money, I don't know how I'm going to get it.
Minutes later, Mr. Wiley's wife and children arrive back home. With nothing worth taking from the house, Vic runs a check on the family car.
Is it on finance? Okay. No worries, thanks, mate.
The car is on a payment plan and can't be seized, so the agents turn their attention to Mr. Wiley's work van.
The fact of the matter is, our rig gives us the power to remove goods, so we will be removing the van today.
I won't be able to earn any money to pay anyone back.
Yeah, it is what it is, I'm afraid.
So no one else that can help you?
No, and the dad's in hospital. If I haven't got the vehicle, I can't earn any money to pay it.
Yeah.
The agents would rather take money than remove the van, but they hope the threat of seizing it might prompt Mr. Wiley to make an offer.
Right, she ain't going anywhere. It's all about finding a trigger point. It makes people actually take us seriously when we've taken control of something that they don't want to lose. It could be various goods, it could be one particular item that they don't want us to take. It might not be worth much money, but could have a detrimental effect on how they work.
Before they call for recovery of the van, Stuart gives Mr. Wiley one last chance to pay.
I know it's a massive ask, and yet anyone can just nip it in the bud today and just end it today. That's going to be better.
Not really, because about 4 weeks ago the house was getting repossessed and we had to try and get the money we could together then.
Yeah.
So
The situation is at a stalemate. It's clear that Mr. Wiley can't pay the £2,200 he owes. So Stuart speaks to the office.
Hello? I know. Alright.
It's good news. The claimant has thrown Mr. Wiley a lifeline.
The claimant said that he basically wants 50% today.
Yeah, but I've got £1 in my account.
Yeah. If not,
You've
we'll have
got
to
no
remove
money, you're
goods.
struggling as it is. You haven't got no money. I
Need
can even show you my account if you want. I've got nothing in there.
Claimant wants 50% to show willing, and then he can clear the rest in 30 days.
So you're looking at 1,200.
It seems even half the money is out of reach, but the agents make it clear this is their final offer.
With regards to the van, it will be removed. It's then stored for 7 days for its on public auction.
Knowing that losing the van would make it difficult for him to work, Mr. Wiley finally starts to make some calls to try and raise funds.
I'll have to ask your mum and dad. Hello, is Grandad there? Listen mate, I'm in a bit of trouble. I've got a player lives in the house. We clammed the van, we're going to take the van, we're going to empty the house, and I haven't paid the bill. £1,200. Yeah, I can give it back in 2 weeks, no later. I promise. Okay. Thanks, Paul. I'll give it back in 2 weeks, I promise you.
With the help of his father-in-law, Mr. Wiley has met the claimant's demand for a 50% down payment, but the situation has taken its toll.
That's embarrassing. I'm just going to have to work my nuts off now for 2 weeks.
I know it's how much more bad luck we can have.
No.
I really don't.
We'll get straight. Just have to be positive.
The case is resolved for now. Mr. Wiley now has 30 days to clear the rest of his balance. But if he's unsuccessful, the agents will be back.
It's your card and your receipt. I need you to print your name there. 8,200 paid today. Yeah. Balance to be cleared 1,687.49.
We'll take it easy.
What a bad luck time I've had, eh?
It can only get better.
It will, mate.
It can only get better.
It looks like they genuinely are on hard times. I mean, if you can't afford to pay your mortgage. So he's managed to get 1,200 quid from his father-in-law. Coming across this more and more, to be completely honest with you. Grandparents that they've saved up their entire lives, yet they're spending it on their kids.
I'm pretty confident he'll clear it. Sounds like he had a bit of a bad luck run. Hopefully it will get better.
Stuart and Vic thought on their feet to prevent a family crisis. But in their next case...
The balance is £2,435.
It's what?
A defendant in denial finally faces the truth.
They gave you goods without paying.
Literally, you walked in, that was it. See you later. Yeah.
Personal insolvencies in England and Wales are on the rise. In 2016, over 90,000 people became insolvent, and almost 40% of British adults are worried about their current level of debt. Stuart McCracken and Elmore Victor are now in Blackpool.
Such a muggy, miserable day.
Yeah, it's quite warm though.
They have a writ to collect nearly £2,500, owed to a plumber's merchant by kitchen fitter Mark Beach.
Mr. Mark Beach, trading as Best Interiors. £2,435.
Right, it says it's here on the left. Best Interiors. Hello? Hello?
The doors to the workshop are open, but nobody appears to be in. So Stuart phones the number he has for the defendant, Mark.
Hello? Hello there, Mark. My name's Mr. McCracken. I'm a High Court enforcement agent. I'm currently in your unit at the moment with regards to an outstanding balance, so with a High Court writ to collect an outstanding...
Is it to me, Mark Beach?
It is, yeah. Trading as Best Interiors.
I'm bankrupt, so do you want the bankruptcy number?
When was it you were declared bankrupt?
2002.
2002?
Yep, I'm still bankrupt.
Right, okay, but that was from 2002, sir. This is after your bankruptcy.
Mark Beech's bankruptcy 15 years ago would have written off most of the debts he incurred before that date, but not after it.
I'm still currently bankrupt.
Yeah, but sir, anything after the date you're liable for, regardless of your bankruptcy. Because you go bankrupt because of the debt that you've incurred, not for the debt that you've incurred after your bankruptcy. When people are declared bankrupt, they think they don't have to pay any future debts, but that can't be further from the truth. It's they try and hide behind the word bankruptcy to think that we're not going to collect, we're simply going to walk away.
With his argument not being accepted, Mark changes tack.
Best Interiors doesn't belong to me.
Right.
It's my wife's business, so you can't touch any of it.
Well,
they've assumed I'm Best Interiors. Nothing to do with me. Why they've taken me to court.
So what we'll do is, sir,
If you understand, Mrs. M. Sumner is the sole proprietor of Best Interiors.
The agents now need proof that his wife owns Best Interiors, the business named on the writ, and that all the equipment in the workshop belongs to her.
Well, she can provide documentation, sir, but she needs to do that in the next 15 minutes.
She can produce all the documentation you need.
Well, she needs to do that in the next 15 minutes, sir, because we're ringing recovery for these goods to be removed. And
What
stored
goods
for
will get
some...
removed?
Well, the chop saw that's in the middle of the floor for a start.
What do you mean the chop saw? How have you got it in my property? In her property?
Because it's open, sir.
No, it was not open.
It was open, sir.
No, it was not open.
Sir, I'm not going around in circles, okay? So what I'll do is now, I'll ring recovery.
Well, I don't own those properties. That property is owned by Mrs. Sumner.
Yes.
You can have a word with the landlord that the lease is in Mrs. Sumner's name.
The lease is irrelevant, sir. The lease can be anyone's name. It can be in the name of Father Christmas. It makes no difference.
I'll have to get a hold of her now, won't I?
If you can, sir, yes, because in 15 minutes I'll be ringing recovery for these goods to be removed. Okay? So I'll speak to you shortly.
Now, while they wait for Mark to arrive, Stuart and Vic start an inventory of goods they could seize if he can't prove they belong to his wife.
Right, so what have we got, Vic? We got a chop saw.
Yeah, it's a Mini Max. It's a Mini Max cutting saw.
Cutting saw, yeah. Anything else?
What about the Statum?
Yeah.
Titan, speed bench, pillar drill.
The joinery equipment would more than cover the £2,400 Mark owes. But removing it could put the business in serious jeopardy.
We're not in the game to close anyone down. We're not here to close the business down because that's not going to have advantage to no one. We would rather want to work with the business, leave assets there. They can trade and still raise funds and pay the claimant that way.
10 minutes after Stuart phoned him, Mark arrives at the workshop.
Oh, sorry, all right.
On the way down.
All right, no worries.
She owns everything here.
Yeah.
Does she?
Everything. I can't have anything, so I don't have anything.
I appreciate that.
I'm an employee of Best Interiors.
Yeah.
Employed by my wife. I don't physically own anything.
That's fine, as soon as we see proof of that. The balance is £2,435.
It's what?
£2,435.
It was 1,200 quid.
It was, yeah, but then the CCJ wasn't paid, so there's court fees.
And gone to the High Court now, see.
That's me who's responsible for that, because I put the goods.
Yeah.
So...
After first claiming he had nothing to do with the debt, Mark now appears to know all about it.
So goods have been taken in your name and they simply haven't been paid for?
Goods have been taken, yeah.
Yeah, and they haven't been paid for?
As yet, no, they haven't.
No.
They gave you goods without paying?
Yeah.
Literally, you walked in, that was it. See you later. Yeah. Bloody hell, I need to go there then.
Yeah.
They know me. They know me.
Yeah. My mind boggles some days when a debtor admits to owing the debt, but they want to blame the claimant for allowing them to get away with it. That just makes me want to resolve the matter even more so and make sure we get the right result for the claimant.
The agents have now been at the premises for half an hour when Mark's wife, Michelle, arrives.
What's the problem?
Well, the writ is in the name of Mark Beech trading as Best Interiors.
Okay.
He admitted he owes the money,
Yeah.
so we had to try and resolve the matter today.
Yep. This is mine. All mine.
Right.
Have you explained about yourself?
Well, I'm an employee, that's right.
Yeah.
He hasn't actually got anything in his name anyway. That's a set of accounts, and that's my accountant.
Let me just have a quick look, yeah?
The documents prove that Michelle is the sole proprietor of Best Interiors and that she owns the assets in the workshop. The joinery equipment can't be seized. But Michelle is keen to know more about the debt her husband accrued.
I don't even know what the payment is because I don't know what it's for.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, your husband does.
Yeah, but what would the amount be?
£2,435 and 44 pence.
Outstanding debts to suppliers could harm the business's reputation. Keen to resolve the matter quickly, Michelle makes the agents an offer.
I've got the money, it's just not cleared.
Right.
Please, it's just... No, honestly, I can show you there.
Yeah.
But it's not what's available.
Right.
Is there any way you can...
How much is available?
1, 1, 4.
It's not going to be enough.
Michelle's offer of just over £1,000 won't be enough for the claimant. Stuart keeps negotiating.
If you can get to 2, we can do 435.44 on a controlled goods agreement. So this stays for 24 hours, but you need to give us a quick call in 24 hours, either you or Mark, and say that I can pay the rest of it.
Yeah, right, I can.
Okay. When we see family members arriving to the rescue, we think, great, here's somebody that can raise the funds or have some funds for us, and the matter will be resolved. She's trying to help the business, she's trying to support her husband, and they don't want the business to go.
Stuart calls the office to see whether Michelle's offer of a £2,000 down payment and the balance in 24 hours is acceptable.
You can do 2,000 now and then £435.44 tomorrow on a CGA. And then there's one final payment tomorrow of 435.44. Alright, sorted. There you have it.
Is that alright?
Yeah, that's fine, that's sorted.
Right, what's the 400 knob bit?
435.44.
I think I might have cash in my hand.
Right, okay.
So yeah, I'm going to have 11 on that card, 9 on that card.
11 and 9. Okay, no probs.
After denying all liability for the debt, Michelle has now come up with the entire balance owed today.
Right, that one has gone through.
20.
30. You got the 5. We'll leave the 44p. So I'll let you off. Let you off. I am on adjust. Take it easy anyway. Alright. See you later.
It's been a good result for the agents.
It looks like Mr. Beach is used to the system, hence the reason he knows all about bankruptcy. He's been through it himself. So he's been to probably a dark place himself at some point. Everyone's got a pressure point. So we've worked on that, we got a payment. What annoys me the most is he's walked into the clients, he's taken the goods and not paid for them. So justice definitely today's been served.
A recent report has shown that Britain's high streets are experiencing an economic downturn, not seen since the financial crisis of 2009. The rise of online shopping and increases in business rates has put high street retailers under pressure, with 1 in 5 at risk of closing down. Gary Brown and Connor Jackson are back on the road. This time they're in Ashford, Kent, on their way to recover £8,500 owed by a jewellery and gift shop to a former employee.
What have we got there, mate?
Next up, we have got Jill Maria Archer, trading as Gold Mine. It's quite a large debt, 8.5 grand.
The owner of the shop, Jill Archer, took a former employee to court, claiming that stock had been stolen from the business. But the court dismissed Jill's claim and ordered her to pay the employee's legal costs.
Hopefully with a bit of luck, doesn't it?
If Jill can't or won't pay today, the agents have the right to remove assets to offset the debt.
Hello, Jill Archer. Hello there. My name's Gary Brown, High Court Enforcement Agent. I'm assuming you know what it's about. At the moment we're looking for £8,500.
I haven't got any of that. I
Okay.
haven't got anything. It's not me trading gold, right? It's a limited company. And nothing in the shop belongs to me personally.
Jill claims that her business is registered as a limited company and that none of the stock belongs to her personally. If she's telling the truth, the agents won't be able to seize anything. But Gary is suspicious.
If you can prove to me that this property and all the goods is owned by the limited company,
Well, you'll have to give me a few days to get the paper.
We're here now. Have you got your business rates, please?
I don't know where it is. We're in the middle of tidying up.
You're going to need to find it.
Gary now turns detective and immediately spots some paperwork.
So here's a letter from TSB, addressed to you personally. There's no limited company mention on this. This is dated 13th of October.
Yeah,
this is recent.
I used that card
Mhm.
to buy the stuff. We
So
didn't have any money.
Okay,
So in our bank account.
you've just cleared it up for me, really, Jill. You use this card that's in Jill Archer's name, your name, to buy the stock. There's no mention on this bank statement of any limited company. You have purchased the goods using this card, which is what you just told me, in your name, your personal name, rather than using a limited company account.
The recent bank statement is enough evidence to prove that stock in the shop does belong to Jill personally and can be seized. But before he calls for recovery, Gary wants to give her a chance to pay her £8,500 debt.
Jill, do you want to make some phone calls and see if somebody can help you with this? Because if we do remove goods, the debt isn't going to then increase up to £9,691. I'd rather not do that.
We've got no money.
This isn't going to go away.
We've got no money.
Even if I did leave here today, this is your personal debt. We would then we would attend your home address.
We've got nothing at home here.
Do yourself a favour and make some phone calls to see if somebody can help you with this. Otherwise, we'll have no option but to remove goods.
The debt arose because Jill believed 2 former members of staff had embezzled £500,000. She went to the police.
We spent 16 months doing an investigation, and they wrote to me in February 2016 and said they didn't have enough evidence for the CPS to prosecute him. And this is why we're in the mess we're in.
Jill then took out a civil action against one of the former employees and lost. She's now been ordered to pay their legal costs. The agents need to get this case resolved today, one way or another.
I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to give it till 1:45. If you still haven't managed to find any funds, then I'm going to escalate the case to the sale and disposal stage.
It's clear that Jill has hit rock bottom, but if she can't raise any funds before the agent's deadline, she could lose what little she has left. Gary Brown and Connor Jackson were in Ashford, Kent, to collect £8,500 owed by jewellery and gift shop owner Jill Archer.
And nothing in the shop belongs to me personally.
Jill claimed she'd been ripped off by some former employees.
They didn't have enough evidence for the CPS to prosecute him. And this is why we're in the mess we're in.
And then said stock in the shop was owned by a limited company. But Gary found evidence to the contrary.
You have purchased the goods in your name, your personal name, rather than using a limited company account.
Now, under pressure to save her stock, Jill finally picks up the phone and calls her accountant.
I need some help. I've got 2 bailiffs here. They're going to remove goods unless I can come up with some arrangement.
Hello?
She hasn't got anything. They've lost everything. They're on tax credits. They are on that lower money that they have to live on tax credits.
If I could get an offer, a proposal together, then I can put that to the client and hopefully it will be something they accept.
£200 a day, would that help today?
On an £8,500 balance, I don't think he's going to accept £200 alone.
Okay then.
Alright, bye-bye.
The accountant's offer of £200 is not enough as a down payment. But if Jill can't raise any more, she could lose her livelihood.
My only focus really is the High Court writ. I don't want to ruin her livelihood. That's the last thing I want to do, but the money is owed to the client for one reason or another. I would rather it didn't go to this because ultimately we're going to have to remove goods, which to cover this debt is probably going to close the business down, almost certainly.
After 15 minutes on the phone, Jill still hasn't been able to raise any funds, and Gary's deadline has come and gone.
Do you want to come on? Yeah, we'll just start clearing these. We need to get pictures of all this, because some of it's going to be worth something.
As the majority of the stock is low-value costume jewellery, the agents will have to clear most of it out to cover the £8,500 Jill owes.
I was hoping we didn't have to do this.
No, needs must.
But then suddenly, Jill brings out some solid gold from her stock and phones a local jeweller to find out how much they'll pay for it today.
Right, we've got a load of gold out the window.
What count of gold is it?
It's all 9.
It's 130 grams of gold.
Yeah.
It's like about £1,300, isn't it?
Yeah.
Selling the gold would give the agents an acceptable down payment against the debt and keep Jill trading. But Jill would have to take the gold to the jeweller to get the money, which means Gary has to let go of the only assets of any value he has.
This is a judgment call, Jill, based on me making an assessment that you're quite a trustworthy person. Hopefully I don't regret it.
He decides to allow her to take the gold.
I might be proved wrong, but I think it's a risk worth taking because it means we can recover more for the client. That's all the client cares about, is how much we can recover, so I think it'll work in our favour.
Half an hour later, Jill's back, but she hasn't sold the gold.
975 for the whole lot. Right. So you could get more by sending it to the bullion dealers.
Where's the bullion dealer then?
We have to post it up and then it comes back tomorrow.
Although she could sell to the jeweller today, Jill claims she can get £1,500 from a bullion dealer if Gary's prepared to wait. He calls the office to see if he can set up a payment plan.
Drop us 1,500, 200 quid a month, yeah?
Yeah.
Cheers, Gary.
Thanks, mate. Cheers.
It's good news.
Rather than take everything now and probably force you out of business, I'm going to do what I can to help you and give you till Friday. Let's set up an arrangement for 1,500.
Yeah.
The reason I'm doing this is because you've held it together as a bit of gratitude, and you could have easily run off with that down the street and never see you again.
I'm honest.
It becomes obvious that somebody's being truthful and honest and forthcoming, and they then gain my trust. It turns the whole visit into a much easier thing to manage. Ultimately, they realise at the end that we're actually there to help.
Jill has 2 days to make her down payment and must pay £200 a month until the debt is cleared.
We're going to do what we think is right because it makes business sense.
I just need you to sign and print there for me, please. Okay.
The matter is resolved for now. But if Jill doesn't stick to the agreement, the agents will be back.
Hopefully this is the last time we meet in a nice way. All right. Not the result that we were expecting when we first thought we were going to be attending a jeweller's.
No, I was thinking...
Sweet, easy.
Yeah, turn up, they'll pay the cash and we'll be gone.
Next time, Max and Aaron get the shock of their lives. A desperate employee tries to stop Paul in his tracks. A recent report from a leading landlords association shows that housing benefit tenants are being increasingly turned away from the private rental sector. These tenants are viewed as a bigger risk because of the widening gap between market rents and the housing benefit councils are prepared to pay. Paul Bohill and Ben Pinner are High Court enforcement agents. They travel all over the southeast of England, recovering debts and repossessing homes. Today they're in North London to carry out an eviction.
We're going to North 9, which is Edmonton Green.
It's just slightly down market area, this, isn't it?
Funny enough, this is where Dad used to have a house.
That's what I mean, down market area.
The tenants, Ms Olarerin and her mother, Ms Akintola, owe over £6,000 in unpaid rent.
We want Garrett Drive, flat 5.
Notice of eviction has been sent by the county court, but the landlord escalated the case to the High Court, and the tenants must leave today.
I'm guessing they might be the landlord and the locksmith.
But this eviction isn't going to be straightforward.
Good morning. Paul Bohill. Hello, Harry.
Do you have keys? We have keys, yeah. You're not communicating with us at all, refusing to speak to us, haven't turned up to any of the court cases. So, standards, really.
It's useful to be able to throw that back when they say, well, we don't know why we're moving. If you give us a few minutes, we'd like to get the bloodshed and the shouting under control.
I'm not sure if they're home, I haven't been inside, to be honest. But
it's even better if they're not.
OK, I'll leave it to you. Good luck.
Thank you very much, sir.
Next one. Oh, there's a pram outside.
Oh, dear. Which one was it? 5 or 6? When I knock on the door, I'm only thinking of the possibilities of what might occur, so I'm just going through the risk assessment. People are increasingly aggressive, but my attitude on the doorstep is perfectly calm, collected, and just running through the scenarios that might follow. Somebody in there, could you hear the door creaking? Could you open the door, please? We're from the court. We know you're in there.
I'd like to think I'm talking to myself, but I get this distinct impression that there is someone there.
With no one answering, Ben decides to use the keys he's being given by the landlord's agent.
Chances.
But there's a problem. It appears the locks have been changed.
Do you want to open the door? Otherwise I'll have to open it.
We will break in if you don't open the door. Just get the locksmith.
As Paul heads downstairs, Ben tries again to get somebody to answer the door.
Just so you know, you have 1 hour to leave the property, so you're currently 12 minutes into that. So if you want to keep wasting it, that's your decision. But this isn't going to change, and we're not going to go anywhere.
Minutes later, the landlord's agent brings the locksmith upstairs.
So we checked it about 2 weeks ago and the keys were working, so I'm surprised the keys not working today.
Top one's not working.
Yeah, they must have changed it.
The landlord's agent decides to call the tenant to see if he can get a response.
I'm calling from HomeLink, landlord's office, regarding your property. We're here with the enforcement officer. Are you home? Can you open the door? She's hung up.
We'll just go for it then.
Yeah.
Locksmith will have to earn his money.
But as the locksmith starts to force the lock, the agents are in for a surprise.
Special method.
The new locks are high security and can't be forced with a standard drill.
When they're not answering, and they've obviously come to the mindset that we'll just go away, that's really not the case. We're going to be coming through that door, whether you like it or not, one way or the other.
Paul and Ben now have no option but to break down the door.
Keep the door clear. Clear the hallway.
Permission to carry on?
Yeah.
Hello? I'm not impressed, madam. That really wasn't necessary, was it?
What are you doing?
We are High Court enforcement.
Okay, so I'm about
Why don't you
to
talk
fuck
to
away.
us? This isn't going to solve anything, and you're running out of time rapidly, madam. We're amicable people. We're not here to cause problems. We understand you don't want us here. But at the end of the day, we have a job to do, and we're trying to help you to help yourself get to the council.
Don't shut the door.
What the fuck do you want? Get out of the room! I don't want you in here!
Down.
Mom!
This is not going to make a scrap of difference.
Madam, I must inform you that any obstruction of us in this execution of this writ will result in your arrest by police. Do you understand? I'm simply doing my job, madam.
The agents might be inside, but can they get the tenants out before tempers escalate? High Court enforcement agents Paul Bohill and Ben Pinner were in North London to carry out an eviction.
Do you want to open the door?
Somebody in there, could you hear the door creaking?
The tenants refused to answer the door.
Can you open the door?
She's hung up.
The locks had been changed,
Special never.
leaving Paul and Ben no alternative but to force entry.
Hello?
What are you doing?
We are High Court enforcement.
Okay, so I'm about
Why don't
to
you
fuck
talk to
away.
us?
Mom!
Now, the agents need to make the tenants understand that they must leave today.
You've got 45 minutes to get your personal effects together and to leave the flat.
Tenant Ms. Olererin won't speak to the agents, so Ben tries to reason with her mother.
We are amicable people.
I don't care. What do you want?
We are here from the court to evict you.
Okay.
You have 40 minutes to clear your item.
Okay, that's very unnecessary.
In only one case out of 100 is the tenant going to be packed and ready to go. The rest of the tenants will still have their head in the bucket of sand, waiting for the knock with the actual eviction notice.
Ms. Olererin has a young baby and is entitled to emergency accommodation from the council. Ben wants her to understand what she needs to do next.
Obviously, you were aware of the county court judgments and that you were evicted, that you was asked to leave the premises. Because you failed to do so, we have been instructed to attend today. I don't expect you to clear this whole flat right here, right now. You need to pack a bag with the essentials, medications, identification, clothing, and anything to last you for the next few days. You then take the writs which I've given you to the council. They will, I hope, provide you with emergency accommodation. Okay? If you need me, I'll be out here. My name is Ben.
Where there are children involved, it is a lot worse because they're vulnerable. It is hard-hitting at times. We just hope that they'll get the necessary help from the council.
The agents have been in the property for over an hour. Ms. Olererin and her mother have finally begun to pack. But as Paul and Ben start an inventory of the flat, they're in for a shock.
It's empty, isn't it?
It's like hoarder's paradise.
Open the door as well. It's not hoarding though, is it? Everything's just overdone. The state of the place, it's absolutely cluttered to the roof. If the landlord were to clear it out, it would take a three-man team best part of the day to clear that out.
Ben wants to know how the family have got into such a serious situation.
You're not working at the moment.
Yeah, there's a lot going on. So yesterday we just had our lights cut off, you know.
Lights cut off by who? Like the electricity board?
Yeah. Well, I pay my half of the rent, and that's how much they say they could pay the full.
So it is a shortfall in the benefits.
Very shortfall.
It appears that when the family moved in 2 years ago, Ms. Olererin's housing benefits covered any shortfall in the rent. But after her benefits were capped 6 months ago, she fell into arrears.
That's why you've struggled to pay the rent.
That's why I don't understand how people are surviving.
I acknowledge the fact that because there's a benefits cap, this might be an ongoing situation. One thing that's not occurred in this case, which is a common denominator in most of these cases, is that they won't communicate with the agent or the landlord. Now, the agent and the landlord have tried repeatedly to phone them, but they've just been cut off. So if they'd communicated, things could have been done.
Nearly an hour and a half after the agents arrived at the property, the tenants are ready to leave.
Do you want me to give you a hand?
Thanks. I appreciate it. Oh, okay. Sorry. Thank you. Just put it on the floor.
Sure. We gotta go.
The family are now homeless.
If we would have known, we would have at least like prepared for it.
We feel
but
bad.
Not prepared for it, but like we would have known. Like you guys have to do a job just like I would have to do a job.
What you do need to do is speak to social services because you have a child they're obliged to rehouse you.
It will be up to the council to give them a bed for the night.
But all in all, it went fairly smoothly.
A little bit of argy-bargy, as it were, but it's the only way to get in.
But the door barge could have been avoided if they just communicated. Well, they went from not talking to us at all to having a full-on conversation, so, you know, we get there in the end.
Over 40,000 county court judgments were issued against businesses in England and Wales during the first 6 months of 2016. Their average value now exceeds £3,500, and it's small businesses who have been hardest hit. High Court enforcement agents Del Anglin and Brian O'Shaughnessy are in North London, with a writ to recover nearly £7,000 owed by a garage to a dissatisfied customer.
Okay, next job, Daryl, is Swinton Autos in Stoke Newington. After some £6,698.79. I think they're garages, MOTs and repairs and stuff.
When the garage failed to pay, the claimant escalated the case to the High Court. If the garage can't or won't pay today, the agents have the right to seize goods to offset the debt.
There's people coming out.
How you doing?
Oh my days! Good guy. Thank you. What's happening, eh?
Trying to get through here. Is it all dead end down there, is it?
Dead end, bro.
Okay, cool.
What side do you want? What number?
Swinton Autos.
Swinton?
Yeah.
Which person?
Just Swinton Autos.
But who though?
Swinton Autos.
Looking for?
Swinton Autos. How many people working there? Is it different people?
Yeah, because we've had like letters coming through for other people and they're not here.
What other people?
And it's saying we're enforcing against.
Swinton Autos.
The writ is in the company name, so the agents need to find out who's in charge.
Are you the boss man?
No.
Is he here?
No.
Who's the governor? Who's the boss? Who owns Swinton Autos?
Swinton Autos?
Yeah.
It's only Charlie Motors here, not Swinton Autos.
What was his name? The guy that owned that one?
The guy that owned it his name was Humphrey.
Humphrey, yeah?
He died of cancer a very long time ago. So,
You've been trading under the name Swinton then?
So it's a new company.
Yeah, but you've been using the Swinton name though, isn't it?
Maybe still on some of the letterheads or whatever, but it's changed now. It's Charlie Auto. It's changed now.
The man, who says his name is Gary, claimed that Swinton Autos is no longer trading and that his Uncle Charlie now runs the business. But the agents need proof.
So I need to see some paperwork to that effect. Can you get some paperwork organised?
Can I get paperwork?
Yeah.
If you have a company that is not trading, you then issue an invoice from that company. As far as I'm concerned, you owe the money. They need to show that that debt does not belong to that company.
Gary gets his Uncle Charlie on the phone.
Hello? Uncle Charlie. Yeah, you got these, you know them county court judges, guys? Yeah, they're here. They're looking for Swinton Autos. They need proof of Charlie Autos. They want to enforce the writ. Yeah, the other guy's gone inside the garage. That ain't what's his name, sister, is it? Is that her, yeah?
It seems that Gary has an idea what the debt is about.
She brought her car in. It was broken down. And it was leaking oil all over the road, this, that, the other. She gave one price of the engine, the turbo, and then she couldn't afford it, she's working, blah, blah, blah. Like, I don't understand how it's gone this far and the car's still right there.
Which one is it?
Car's right there on the ramp, bruv.
It appears the claimant's vehicle is still somewhere on the premises. Dell puts the pressure on.
We're here to collect money, bruv.
You're here to collect money, but her car's still there.
Would you want to keep the car and give me $7,000?
Keep the car, you're fucking crazy, bro.
That's what I'd ask him.
Hey? You can hold my balls and squeeze and have to scream.
I'm not there to be involved in the dispute. I'm there on the command of the High Court writ of control. Whether that's fair or not fair is for somebody else to make that decision. We've come there to remove goods or to collect money.
With payment looking unlikely, the agent's only option could be to seize the car and return it to the claimant. But there's a problem.
The car was fucked when it came. Where's the pistons? Where's the pistons?
Well, they're certainly not in the car.
The car's engine has been completely removed. It's now clear to the agents why the amount on the writ is so high.
Well, what she's done is she's gone for the full value of the vehicle also, that's why so much.
She wants the full value of the vehicle. It'd been better for her to buy a new car than try to fix that piece of shit. My uncle has dealt with other customers and whatnot. They're not happy with certain things. Even though if a customer asks for a certain job and you give it to them, they're not happy with it. What can you do?
Is that how it goes?
That's how it goes, bro.
Gary claims that the car came in on a recovery vehicle. The engine was removed to find out what was wrong, and the claimant was told it was beyond repair. But the claimant maintains that the garage took the engine out unnecessarily and wrote off her car.
The pistons all fucked, all burnt off. Pistons are all there, I'm not gonna lie.
Why didn't you
I don't know why she put it for a court judgment and her car's still there.
Why didn't you let her take the car then?
She hasn't even come back since the last time she came.
So the engine's got to go back in it, though.
The engine's there, bro.
Yeah, it's got to go back. It's got to go back.
You can go back in, but it doesn't make sense putting it back in because you talk to any mechanic and say, boy,
well,
you must leave the engine out and tow it away with no engine.
Yeah, well.
Gary claims the damaged engine wasn't put back in, as the car needed an entirely new one.
The engine's still here. Look, that's all the engine broken down in pieces. So parts of the engine is underneath here, and pistons is in there somewhere.
Once you bought the car, though, it had an engine in it, innit?
The engine's still there, bro, but the engine was fucked. I told her this.
Yeah.
But then she'd have to take it to another garage to get the car done. Oh, I don't want to get a truck again and take it to somewhere, and you understand? That was the whole argument. Yo, I don't know. She was full value of the car. Well, funny. She's funny. She's funny. She's funny. We didn't damage her car. Car was damaged. So I don't know how she was full value of a car that's damaged already.
Yeah, there's nothing in there. There's nothing in there.
No, she wants her car. He's not saying she can't have the car. It's not as if he's been using the car for his own enjoyment.
There's a clear dispute regarding works being carried out on the vehicle. Her vehicle's there, she wants to collect it. She probably doesn't want it. She wants the value of the car back. She's got a £7,000 writ. She wants paying. There's nothing to take there or to take control of. There's no assets there. So we can't pretty much do anything else but try and resolve it over the phone or advise the claimant appropriately.
With no assets to seize and no offer of payment, Brian and Dell have no choice but to walk away empty-handed.
The vehicle's here. The engine's in pieces. What can you say? I mean, it's I've never had something like this. We are given no information about what the debt's about when we go there. There's no real way, if he has no assets, to make this debtor pay. And that's always frustrating.
The agents have one last word for Gary.
You're a big man. So, what you're going to have to do, the High Court writ is live. You're going to have to get it sorted out. Otherwise, you've got no business, have you?
It's not up to me, it's up to Uncle and my cousin and whatnot, because obviously they're running what business they're running from here.
You know, I'm just talking it straight.
Yeah, she's having a laugh.
Dell and Brian may be leaving empty-handed this time. But in Paul and Steve's next case, they meet a grandmother who refuses to listen.
Can you explain to her there's no good her shouting at me? I don't understand her.
More than 3 million people across the UK are living in rented properties without the landlord's permission. 3/4 of these have been in the property for more than 6 months. Recent research shows that only 1 in 5 requests by tenants to sublet are permitted by their landlord. High Court enforcement agents Paul Bohill and Steve Pinner are in West London to carry out another eviction.
It's a writ of possession. The defendant's name is Gatula Gardonial.
The Hungarian tenant, Mr. Gardonil, has rented the property for 3 years, but stopped paying rent 6 months ago. He's now £9,000 in arrears.
What's the name of the road in case I pass it?
Empire Road.
And it's this one.
Notice of eviction was sent by the county court, but Mr. Gardonil ignored it. Now the case has been escalated to the High Court, and he must leave today.
What number are we looking for?
5 and 6, 56.
OK, we're here. Let's go. Oh.
The landlord's son, Mr. Hirani, and his uncle are waiting outside.
Morning.
You here for us, are you?
Yes, Mr. Hirani. That's the key I've got from the agent.
Okay.
The one with the yellow tag.
All right.
OK, if you just sit in the car for a few minutes, just till we get the first 10, 15 minutes out of the way. Thanks very much.
See if it's open first. That's one key, which gets us in that one. You can now do your fancy knock on that door.
OK.
There you go. Someone in?
Hello, sir. My name is Paul Bohill. I'm a High Court enforcement agent.
Sorry?
We have a repossession order for this property.
Sorry.
Is that your name there?
No.
Oh, is that person here?
No, it's not here.
Despite the man's claims that he isn't Mr. Gardonil, the High Court writ instructs Paul and Steve to evict anyone living in the house.
You have 1 hour to get personal effects together and then arrange with the landlord to come back and clear the rest out. We have to change the locks now.
All right, okay, just not today and tomorrow because then one...
No, it's got to be now, within the hour, by 9 o'clock.
9 o'clock?
Mm.
It seems there's more than just the one tenant named on the writ living in the house.
Figyeljen ide, betegek vagyunk, nem mehetünk utcára. No.
Give me for one more day and we leave in the house. Today, before we leave we're gonna be outside. It's not fair. One day we need it. One day we need it. After we can go out.
The house should have been vacated 3 weeks ago.
3 weeks?
Ago.
Yeah, okay.
But you're still here today.
Are you joking with us? We're gonna be outside. 2 days we need
I'm not joking with you.
My grandmother is very, very sick.
I'm sorry, I have no choice. We get a whole list of excuses from tenants as to why they can't or shouldn't be evicted. A lot of excuses revolves around their health status, which I'm sure is genuine, so I'm not belittling that situation.
Despite the grandmother's illness, the agents are duty-bound to enforce the writ and evict the whole family today. Steve needs them to understand that they must seek help from the council.
This is the situation. You have till 9 o'clock to get personal effects, your passport, any medication, closed for a few days. So what you all need to do... You understand me, sir? Thank you. Can you explain it to everybody else?
Nem öltözök, semmit nem megyek sehova. Nem megyek sehova se, azért se. Itt fogok lenni. Menjenek el, majd holnap elmegyünk. Tomorrow. Nem megyünk sehova se.
You need to be doing something. The sooner you get... Can you explain to her there's no good her shouting at me, I don't understand her.
Tomorrow megyünk.
Tomorrow, no. Today. 1 hour.
Mondjad nekik, menjenek el, holnap jöjjenek.
De nem mennek, anyu, hogy miért vagy étesek, én nem fog senkivel vitatkozni.
Én beteg vagyok, ott akkor menni kell, hova menjünk, nem vitába.
Itt van, pakold ebbe a hol.
With the family not cooperating, Steve reminds them why the eviction is happening.
One question. Who's paying the rent?
Mondjad, hogy menjenek el, tomorrow.
No, nobody is paying the rent for 6 months. £9,000 not paid.
You know, it's not me, and the Gardoni and my sister sending automatically, and the Gardoni. Yeah, I checked it in that.
It seems that the tenant named on the writ, Mr. Gardinel, has unlawfully sublet the house.
They could well be paying the tenant.
Yes, quite easily, yeah.
It's just a rip-off.
We find on properties that we go to that the person who originally rented the property has sublet to other people. They're paying them, but he is not paying the landlord.
So far we've seen 4, there's probably 6 people here, there's probably more. There's 1 downstairs room here, 1 out the back, probably 3 bedrooms, and it's fully occupied. The rent on this property is $1,500 a month, but the landlord has received no rent for 6 months.
You know, this is Gardoni, this Hungarian landlord. Everybody and this Hungarian people is in the same problem. No good man.
Another member of the family arrives back home.
Oh my God. Why?
Yeah, my mom is here, so...
Good morning, okay?
Hova menjünk, ne csinálj.
Nem tudom.
Oh.
Most máma ki kell költözni.
No, because the landlord is not coming, landlord. No, mondjad, hogy nem.
Landlord is, you know, lie.
Yes.
Lie.
But your landlord isn't the man that owns the house. The man that you're paying obviously isn't paying the owner. Whatever money you've paid, he has taken.
The woman has a letter from the court about the eviction.
Because it's not, because Miss Juliet Gardoni, no marriage.
But you shouldn't be here. They've already lost lots of money. They don't want to lose any more. So they go to the High Court and then they issue a writ for us to come.
Most el kell menni akkor?
Yeah, anya, már el kell menni.
Már össze is szedtél?
Már mindenki összeszedte, te szedjél össze valamikbe. Nagy apának is. Just hold my neck.
The family finally seem to have accepted the reality of the situation.
They knew they had to go. It does upset you. Unfortunately, it's a job and we have to step back from that. I don't think there's an easy way to get through it. You just have to try and be as sympathetic towards them as you can and make things as easy as possible for them.
It's been an hour and a half since the agents arrived, and the eviction is complete. After months of trying to get the family out, the owners finally have their house back.
We didn't expect so many people living in one house. The last 6 months, it's been very stressful. We try to evict these people out, and obviously they've played the game all the way.
It's just the same story. People paying the wrong people. Bottom line is this, the landlord is £11,000-ish out of pocket, and I don't think that's fair.
I agree with you.
It will be up to the council to try and find them emergency accommodation for the night. Recent government figures reveal that homelessness has grown in the UK by more than a third in the last 5 years and has nearly doubled in London. The figures are rising twice as fast among ethnic minority communities, with 20,000 families evicted last year. High Court enforcement agents Del Anglin and Brian O'Shaughnessy are in North London, with a writ to recover nearly £12,000 in unpaid rent.
All right, Brian, what do we have?
Right there, we're going to go see Mrs. Rashida Igala, and we're here for the sum of £11,992.19.
It's a load of money.
Yeah.
Mrs. Igala signed as guarantor on a tenancy agreement for her sister, but her sister didn't pay her rent for a whole year. And now the landlord has pursued Mrs. Igala through the courts for the money.
It must be in these flats here.
Mm-hmm. Fuck it.
If Mrs. Agala can't or won't pay, then the agents can take away personal possessions to offset the debt.
First one, mate. They look like they're going to have 11 grand, yeah?
Hello, is Rashida Igala here? Does she live here? I'm here with the High Court writ. My name's Brian.
What's this about?
I can't discuss it with you.
I'm sure you can on the side.
It's not in your name. Not really, it's formalities. Maybe your mum can enlighten us. Do I get a telephone number and give her a call? No problem, thank you.
Hello.
Thank you. What does mum do? Does she work?
Yeah.
Where does she work? She's social worker, yeah? Okay.
Sorry, the mobile you're calling isn't available at the moment.
While Brian tries to contact the defendant again, Del enters the flat to talk to her son, Ayub.
My eyes aren't brilliant in this light. Have you got a light? So I can show you. It's always important for an enforcement agent to get inside a property. Then you can see with your own eyes how they're living, what they've got, what they haven't got, so you can deduce how much they can pay. Who else lives in the house?
My mum, my sisters.
Are they older than you?
No, just my brothers.
Do you know anything about it?
No, he's less active than me.
He's less active than you?
Daily, yeah.
You say mum's a care worker?
So, yeah, it's not like that. It helps old people, actually.
It would help if we can speak to mum.
I can't come that day. Can you not come back an hour or two?
What time does she normally finish then?
She's normally here at 2.
We're going to take a look about at the moment.
With Mrs. Agala at work, the agents look around the flat for any assets they could seize. But it becomes immediately clear that the family own nothing of any value.
Everybody on public transport here? No one's got a car on it? On bus, yeah? Okay. Is the telly old? 5 years? There is nothing that's going to remotely cover anywhere near what we're looking to collect today. It really is a case of leaving a letter and coming to some sort of future payment arrangement according to our financial circumstances, because there's nothing there to remove.
But then the defendant, Mrs. Agala, arrives home early.
Hello.
Hello.
Mum's here. We're High Court enforcement agents, Mrs. Agala.
What happened?
The reason for our visit today, the claimant owns 28 Oxford Road, where your sister was renting, okay? And there was 12 months rent outstanding.
Mrs. Agala's sister, Fuchsia, the tenant who built up the £12,000 in rent arrears, also arrives.
Is this her?
This sister, hello.
Okay.
My sister, she said, they need a reference. So
Yeah.
that's I give my name. I'm not saying I'm paying for her rent.
Well, I think-
When I say I have reference, I live this address, she's my sister.
Well, you signed paperwork as a guarantor, not reference.
I didn't write anything.
If you didn't sign as a guarantor, the landlord would not have given her the property. Do you know what a guarantor is? It means that your sister should have made payments on her rent. You've guaranteed that you would pay the money in the event that she can't. So between you then,
yeah.
you need to find £11,000.
Goodness.
11,992, that's a lot of money.
I know.
Mrs. Agala's sister is a refugee from Somalia. After a family tragedy, she fled to England with her 3 young children. She was evicted when she fell behind with her rent.
What the landlord's chosen to do, he's chased you here because you were the guarantor.
Ayub explains the situation to his mother.
أيه.
أنا قاعد أقولته أنا قاعد أوصي حتى هذا ده أبر العقل بحلهن هذا لك شو رأينا قف ولا حسوان نيجي قريسة لعب الآن بحنا بفهم
No, كاسو كنا بحيانا هيك.
عارف أقول لك كلام
I know.
كاسو مان قف لعب تقدر لعب الصورة دونا
But where we can bring that money? So we can't pay that money. So what we can do then?
At the end of the day, I have to look at their ability to pay and what they can afford to pay that's sustainable over a period of time, without it causing too much of an impact on their family.
It's clear to the agents that the family has a limited income, but they must try to recover as much of the debt as possible.
If your mum's got savings or something, she might be able to put some of those savings to reducing this debt and we can reach an arrangement.
I don't expect you to have £12,000. I don't expect you to have it. Yeah? But you need to pay a significant amount towards it.
Can you find £3,000 today?
Wow. I've got 3,000.
Well, the bill is just under 12.
Take it what you want.
Okay.
Because I didn't have 3,000.
It seems that the family can't even raise the reduced amount the agents have asked for. But as they're duty-bound to get the case resolved, will Mrs. Agala be able to save her family's few possessions? High Court enforcement agents Del Anglin and Brian O'Shaughnessy were in North London to collect nearly £12,000 in unpaid rent.
Between you need to find £11,000.
Goodness.
11,992, that's a lot of money.
Mrs. Agala acted as a guarantor for her sister, but when she defaulted on her rent, the landlord pursued Mrs. Agala through the courts for the money.
But where we can get that money? We can do that.
Can you find £3,000 today?
Wow. I have got 3,000.
Well,
get what you wanted.
Okay.
I didn't get it.
Now, with the risk of losing everything, Mrs. Agala's son, Ayub, tries to reason with his mother.
Oh, okay.
لعقت وطبعاً يدوركم. أنا لعقت السنة تنقر إيوة لعقتك. هذا السنة لعقت يسوع. تاس واي سدحكم كاشن مدي بقول لي. سدحكم كاشن تكفيرين أنت. تاس وحلا سوا ما هسدحكم هلا يري. تاس وحلا قاتل وحقادي كنتين إجانا تجا. تقول فيني لعاف 3,000.
It's clear the family can't raise £3,000. So now the agents need to assess whether they'll be able to recover any of the £12,000 at all.
If we're going to try and help resolve the issue, let's start with what comes into the house, how much we're talking about.
I'm Kara. How can I get that money? I work part-time and my sister's income supporting. Where we get that money?
So your sister's on income support?
Income support, yeah. She
living here?
She live with, she's homeless even. Where we bring it up?
When her debtor's telling me the truth, having given the right degree of empathy and listened to them, I can feed back to the claimant and say, this is their situation. They haven't got a pot to in. However, they can pay something as opposed to nothing.
The agents have been in the flat for nearly 40 minutes. With emotions running high, they decide to offer the family a lifeline.
So I don't want you guys to starve. Do you understand me?
I mean, I'm happy to set a monthly arrangement. £1,000 a month.
You can do £1,000 a month.
Are you happy with that?
Yeah. We're going to set an arrangement, yeah?
But Mrs. Agala disagrees with Ayub that the family can afford the repayments.
We can't pay. Count what I get now and count what my sister gets because my sister is income supportive. We pay 500 pounds. Better than 1,000 because it's there for 1,000 is heavy. You get salary high. No. So you get day here. So please. Ayub iga daa hadalka badan. Ayub hadalka ma iga diidi. Hada arrintan inay soo afxirantaan rabaa. Plankan inaan soo afkarayno waa. Ma aha inaan ii sheeg.
The family are in crisis. Brian decides to intervene.
What I don't want to do is you to be upset any further. £500 a month, I'm happy. We want to set something that's sustainable for you, and you said you can do that. It's not unreasonable.
Brian calls the office to see whether the claimant will accept the family's offer of £500 a month.
Hello. They've worked out all the finances, the incomes and outgoings, 500 is fine. Yeah, can you phone the client and tell him 500 a month, starting 30 days from today? All right, bye.
That's a sensible.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
It's hard how to get no job.
That's why you wanted to pay the lower amount, right? But you got the whole family here. You can get together and resolve this, yeah? Your son's here, and even though he's not working, he still wants to help. So
He'll get a job soon.
He
Don't
will.
worry. We're managing it now.
Definitely.
You don't have to walk looking behind your back now, you know?
Thank you very much.
Hello?
The office calls back with a response from the claimant.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, lovely, bye. Okay, we got the 500 for you.
Now, if you win the lottery in the meantime, please remember that.
You win the lottery, we're leaving the country.
Not before settling with me, I helped you out.
Mum, what I've done here, okay, what's called a control goods agreement. Basically, what this is an agreement between you and I that we don't take any of your stuff and you pay 500 quid a month. That's basically it, okay? What it does allow us to do is if you don't stick to that agreement, we can come back and regain entry into your premises with you. But I don't think I have that problem with you guys. You're going to pay it, you're going to keep in contact with me, okay?
Thank you very much. Thank you, brother.
You work out, yeah?
Thank you.
Mum.
Thank you. Thank you.
Good luck, yeah?
Okay.
Any problems, give us a call.
Thank you.
Okay, Mum. Bye-bye.
But for Mrs. Agala, the debt is just the latest in a long line of family hardships.
500 is hard for me and hard for my sister, but we can do it. We can do it. 500. We know. We do what can. We life is hard, you know. My sister, she get married. They killing, you know, people. So Somalia now they killing. So when they killing, she have pregnant and she have 2 children, but still she's my small sister. So it's difficult life.
That was the best result there.
It's the only result, really.
I think she's a good person. She's trying to support her family and they're struggling.
According to the Ministry of Justice, more than 47,000 repossession orders were issued by courts in England and Wales in the first 3 months of 2014.
It's 8 a.m, Thornton Heath, South London. Paul Bowhill, Phil Short and Ben Pinner are on their way to an unusual job. They have been asked to visit a property by a private landlord.
Well, it's a squatter scenario where the landlord doesn't actually want to go to the property.
The original tenants left a few months ago. But now squatters have moved in. And the landlord has asked Paul and his team to get them out.
It would be wrong to say that I don't feel a sense of trepidation or fear in situations. I might knock on a door one day and somebody will come at us with weapons. We can only try to anticipate that, which is why we wear bulletproof jackets. Who's in charge here? Inside the house.
To their surprise, the enforcement agents are able to walk straight in.
Hello. Who's in charge of this property?
There's a lady, but she's out.
It's a busy place considering the early hour.
I'm in a visit here.
You're what, sorry?
I'm in a visit.
You're visiting?
Yeah.
All of you?
Yeah.
Visiting who?
A friend.
Who else is here in the property?
Just a girl making clean, that's it.
Okay.
Can you get her down, please?
Yeah.
The back door had a room with 3 gentlemen in who were more than suspicious. All were waiting for their friend to turn up. But when we arrived, they said, oh, it's all right. We'll come back and see him another time.
Hello. Hi. Can you tell me who is renting this property, please?
No, sorry, no speaking
Not
English.
paying. Who was she?
She stayed there and the girl.
Why did she stay here?
His friends, family, something like that, cousin, I don't know. Because I'm not talking to her because my friend is...
Is she a friend of yours?
No.
Patience and control in the daily situations that we get involved with are probably the greatest trained quality that I have. Appear to do nothing, but all the time you're making assessments.
Push me go upstairs?
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Bye-bye.
I'm not want to make nothing because no, there's not my house, I don't know nothing.
Okay, I see.
No one seems to know anything. And the 3 male visitors waiting for their friend have left.
Who else is here in the property? Okay. Who speaks English? This one. Hello? Do you open the door?
Okay, sir. What nationality are you?
Romania.
Okay. Who is in charge of this house?
Who is judging this house? It's my sister, but she's not here already.
Right. Okay, she's working.
Yeah, she's working. Car wash. Let's go to work already.
Well, it's our understanding that you're squatting here, that you have no right to be here. And we'd like you to get your bits and pieces together in half an hour and leave the premises.
All right, no problem. I'm gonna leave.
Okay?
All right.
Would you do that? And can you tell them to do likewise?
You need to get your stuff. And go.
I'm gonna spend it.
Okay. How many people live here?
6.
6. How many bedrooms? 4. 1, 2, 3.
One downstairs.
4. Okay.
And one downstairs.
Have one.
There's obviously squatting here. There's nobody arguing the toss. There's nobody leaping forward and showing me a tenancy agreement. And here is an enforcement notice for another property. So they obviously were thrown out of this other property. That's what I do. Find an empty property, move in.
After securing the house, Paul searches every room.
The other thing we're looking for is needles and drugs, just in case, to protect the landlord.
There are no drugs, but he does find something else.
A dozen used condoms. It's all right, we just found a dozen used condoms.
As Paul explores, he uncovers further signs that this isn't just a squat.
The beds have got no bedding. There's no makeup and drawers full of bits at the side of the bed. So if you're staying here, you'd have clothes in the wardrobe. There's none of that. That's the invoice book. More condoms.
Got lots of business cards. Let's have a little look at the business cards.
Does that give you a clue? I'll keep that for later.
Now the team have a very different challenge on their hands. This isn't the first Romanian brothel Paul and his team have raided in the past couple of months.
We've done this is probably the third. We did one in Edgware Road where they were Romanian, exactly the same, Romanian girls again. We repossessed 3 flats, 3 or 4 girls in each. And when we set the ball rolling, their minders turned up with like BMW open-top cars and loaded all their belongings, and off they went to be set up somewhere else. So it's just like a whole new industry. The beds are not beds for sleeping in, they're beds for working off. Can you imagine some happily married man comes here to get his rocks off on a Monday afternoon, pays, I don't know, 50 quid for the privilege in surroundings like this? So you've got 4 working rooms. So you've got 4 girls here, potentially double shifted, so you could have 6 girls working here. So you've got 300 quid an hour, potentially, more than that. passing through here, so they're not paying any rent, and they'll just move from here on to the next one, won't they? The next squat. That's it, really. It's not exactly a love palace.
It takes only 30 minutes for the 3 women and their male associate to pack their bags.
Did you? Yes, sir. Thank you. After you. Careful of my drill. No, I've just got to do a good couple of screws.
It's okay, sir? Yes. You okay? You're a film star. They're collecting it. We've got a van on the way. Or somebody on the way. They all left within a couple of hours. There was no fuss. They knew they were in the wrong. And that was it. They moved on. A cottage industry destroyed at a stroke.
According to government figures, 20% of new businesses fail within the first year and half close within 3 years.
Okay, so what have we got next, chap?
We've got commercial rent.
It's 4:30 p.m. Enforcement agents Brian O'Shaughnessy and Graham Aldred are heading to Pinner, North London. They are to collect unpaid rent for a commercial property.
Ooh, a bit tired, isn't it? I don't know how you were snoring while in the office.
Get me beauty sleep.
You ready?
You ready?
Let's boogaloo. Yep. Yeah.
The tenants owe £3,000 and the landlord wants it paid today. If they don't have the money, the agents have the power to seize their possessions to cover what's outstanding. Today, Brian and Graham's negotiation skills will be put to the test.
Thank you.
Lovely. There we go.
I've had my lunch as well.
No, I say it did have to be downstairs. Hello, sir. How are you?
I'm good, thank you very much.
Good, good.
It's a family restaurant specialising in Afghan cuisine. The manager is one of several brothers.
We're here on behalf of the landlord about his rent. That's what we can discuss with you. If you manage the shop, if you can get the owner on the phone, that'd be great.
Thank you very much, sir.
The restaurant has been open for 7 months.
I can help you, I'm manager. Yeah.
Okay, no problem. Okay,
yeah.
That's fine. We'll talk to him. Okay, what it is, the landlord has instructed us to come down here regarding unpaid rent. We need to collect payment in full, which is now £3,024.16.
Okay,
so
I understand.
If you can you authorise this payment?
My brother, he pay always.
Is it your brother? Is it?
Yeah, he pay all the time. I think so. Some of bill if left, I don't know. He didn't send me no letters, no nothing.
But a notice of enforcement was sent to you, sir, or sent to your brother at this address on the 16th, giving you 7 days to pay before any action gets taken any further. And nobody has paid it. 99% of the people, when we turn up, state that they've never received a letter, they don't know anything about the debt, but that every excuse you can think of, they come up with. And it's our job to go through things, basically be a bit of an investigator.
We need to get your brother on the phone to resolve it.
He's not here. He's living in other, what's his name? Other city. He studies as well. He's gonna be finish his university. He's now getting the master as well. But I still
so what's that got to do with your rent being paid? I don't understand. We need to get your rent paid, sir.
I will still call them.
Okay, so what you need...
If it's possible, give me 24 hours.
No. Let me make it clear, okay? I'm going to give you 15, 20 minutes to let me know what's going on, okay? Okay, then I need to make a decision on what we need to do, okay? What I don't think you're understanding is that we will not leave here until we get payment or assets possibly be removed. Do you understand that?
I understand, but you have to give me the time.
You had the time. They've had an opportunity to resolve it. We're then there in their face, say, look, now you need to deal with it. And it's a reality check.
So you see, business is not very good. Personally, come on, man, you don't make like this. Just give me time, I will give you the money. Because
Sir,
for
sir,
now...
sir, you've now wasted 5 minutes of your time. So in 15 minutes, I'm going to make a call and ask what the client wants us to do. The client may wish us to start emptying the premises. So what you need to concentrate on is getting the £3,024. Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Try...
Thank you, please. Yeah, that's great. I'm not here to judge anybody, but I'm firm and direct, and I don't let anybody take the mick.
The agents won't leave here without a result. Either payment or goods. The manager returns from the back rooms with another brother.
How much money can you get today?
I don't know.
Talk to me.
We want to.
No, I know that.
We don't want to.
Listen to what I'm saying to you. Sir, listen. How much money can you get me today?
We don't have any money.
Okay, you're not...
Nothing at all,
You're not working with me here.
We can pay by credit card.
Fine. Hang on, credit card we don't take.
That's the only thing I can pay it.
Brian's deadline of 20 minutes is up. He has a final offer.
Now, I want you to listen carefully to the option I give you, and it will determine the outcome of the situation today, okay? Just think about what I'm saying to you, and then this can be resolved, okay? Today, I need £1,500 on a debit card or cash or a banker's draft, and then I'll give you £500 a week to clear the rest. That is the best I can do for you. That's the deal. If not, then a possibility is removal of goods in your shop, and we don't want to do that.
It's somebody's business, so we don't want to shut people down. We don't want to remove goods from them. We try and get it sorted where they can afford to get the debt paid and carry on, obviously, trading.
But instead of accepting the deal, the brother tries a new tactic.
If the worst comes to worst, they can take whatever they want. They can shut the restaurant.
Okay, cool. We'll do that.
The moment Brian and Graham start listing their items in the restaurant, they are in control of the goods.
Let's start writing it down, mate. Patience isn't my strongest quality. You do get some debtors that will then push the boat a bit further, and so I always treat people how they treat me.
The brother tries appealing to Graham.
Can you do anything about it?
I can't, sir.
You can't do anything?
No, it needs to be £1,500. It needs to be half the debt today, sir.
But Brian steps up the pressure.
1 second.
No, you pay me, and then I'll stop, all right?
No, don't be so difficult, mate.
No.
Don't mess around.
No. You pay me, and then I'll stop.
Man, don't...
Okay?
Can you...
No, you pay me, and then I stop. All right? Sometimes you need to up the ante, so to speak, to show them your intention and the possibility of what could happen. And it's a kick up the backside again. You know, you can see your chairs being stacked. This is reality. This is what could happen.
Brian's actions have an immediate effect.
I can get this money.
Can you pay it?
I can get 1,500, but by the time I'm gonna get the money, he probably gonna strip the whole...
No. You tell me you're going to get in this money now.
Yeah,
I'll stop it. Right, it's fine. Right, fine.
Suddenly, the brother produces a debit card to pay half the balance.
1,500.
And agrees a payment plan for the rest.
Yeah. 500 a week for the next 3 weeks.
There you are. Your chairs are back. All right? You're welcome.
That's your copies. That's the number there you call, sir, to make your payments. Thank you, guys.
Don't worry, don't be sorry. It's emotion, yeah? You can't help that, yeah?
Things happen. All right.
Thank you. Cheers, guys.
Brian and Graham's persistence has paid off. They leave with £1,500 and a payment plan to clear the rest of the debt. And change the locks.
Good morning.
Hello. We're from the High Court. Yeah, we have an eviction order here.
Okay.
Were you expecting us?
No.
Do you know anything at all about this? It's been to the county court and so on.
No.
The house has been sold.
I know the house has been sold and I haven't heard anything else.
The tenant is expecting to be rehoused by the council in the next week or two, and the High Court writ has taken her by surprise.
I did went to the council, but what they told me from the council is when I get the letter, then there will be a date on it, and they will move me by that date.
Okay. Well, the actual process has been changed to the High Court, and we're here today.
To do what?
To actually take possession of the property, and to change the locks.
Oh, this is shocking. Where am I going to go?
So you're on a knife edge, if you like. I will speak to the landlord.
Yeah.
And if there's no desperate rush to change things, we would give you a holiday let agreement, which would last 5 days or however long we need to do, because this is the worst possible time. I do acknowledge that. It's the Friday before a bank holiday.
Paul's solution of a holiday let would give the family time to pack and find emergency accommodation. Otherwise, they will be homeless today.
By making it easier for the tenant here, it makes it easier for us. I'm just taking an overview here. The deed is done. If the landlord doesn't pay bills, he'll have to go today.
Paul calls the landlord to see if he can get the eviction postponed for a few days.
Hello, it's Paul Bow. That she's got to go to the council office now. You know, the council are open. She's warned them. They've made an appointment for her to go straight in. It's just a question that whether you're going to allow her to stay here till Tuesday to make arrangements to move all the rest of the stuff.
She wanted the house back. She hasn't been very compliant with us.
OK. Thank you very much.
That's it, sir.
Yeah, bye.
Thank you. Bye.
As it is, try and step back from that.
But it's a bank holiday Friday, and we throw in a mother and 2 kids effectively out into the street. I have no control over it. We're following the system to the letter. Right, so we've got a situation. The landlord isn't prepared to back down. He's coming over here. So this is...
The landlord's coming over?
Yeah.
Half an hour later, the landlady arrives.
Yes, hello.
Hello.
Hi,
I'm Paul Bowill.
Hello.
Yeah.
I do feel bad. This isn't a nice situation. Wants to put someone out on the streets with children. I do feel really bad. It's not nice for the tenant. But at the same time, I do want my house back.
High Court enforcement agents Graham Aldred and Brian O'Shaughnessy are in the heart of London.
Right, what we got next, mate?
We have got a rent with money owing.
Yeah.
It should be a straightforward in and out. A small company in Soho owes £1,700 in rent, and the landlord has hired the agents to collect it.
Central.
Central, yeah, you couldn't get any more central, yeah.
Cool, cool. I love Central London, can't beat it.
If the firm hasn't got the money to pay today, Brian and Graham are authorised to take goods instead. But this case is going to test their patience and their professionalism to the limit.
I don't want them to see us.
Oh, yep.
Let's be quick.
You ready?
You go first, go.
The rent is owed by a Korean education agency. The tenants have ignored several warnings, and the compliance letter sent 9 days ago. Now Brian and Graham are here to collect.
Hello, how are you?
Fine.
Hello.
Yeah.
Hello. Hello. My name's Graham Aldred.
Yeah.
I'm an enforcement agent. I've been sent here today about your rent.
Yeah.
It's outstanding?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been sent here to collect the payment today.
Payment today?
Yes.
We paid last week.
You paid 700, yes.
Yeah.
There's still
Yeah.
£1,772 outstanding. Have you got a card you can pay it on?
No.
OK.
If you can't pay it today, possibility is removal of goods from the office. We don't want to do that.
What should I do?
Pay it. We have the
to pay it. Well, there is no or. It's either pay or we have to remove. No, obviously you make that decision straight away. You can tell if someone can't pay, or you can tell if someone just doesn't want to pay. So yeah, you deal with them differently, obviously.
Can you just wait for some time?
Can't, I'm afraid.
What it is, if we can't get the money, then we have to start listing your goods, and then we have to remove them.
Today?
Now.
Yes, no.
I'll let you have a few moments to have a chat, yeah? And see what you can do.
Brian starts the clock.
OK, guys, well, can you pay this then? I appreciate we're here, and I appreciate it may be a shock to you. I respect that. So I'm going to ask you one more time. Can you pay the outstanding balance, yes or no?
I think we can't pay.
I'm now going to go to the sale and disposal stage. So there's additional fees now being added, OK?
How much do you want additional fee?
What's the additional fee now? OK, your bill is now £1,904.
But overdue 1772.
Well, it was that, but then we're going to sale and disposal.
We've called the vehicles now.
OK, right.
No. You're not taking that out of here.
No.
If you take that out of here, I'll just call the police and they'll bring it back in here, OK? Everything at the moment, I've seized everything in this office, OK? When we say we're going to remove goods, it isn't an empty threat. That's what we're there to do. I mean, at the end of the day, if we've exhausted all avenues, if we're going to say we're going to remove, we are going to remove.
Brayville fruit juice maker, silver. One cuckoo rice maker. Yeah, as in cuckoo.
The agents do an inventory of the seized items. Brian turns on the lights and triggers a surprising reaction.
Please turn off.
No, I need to see what's going on, please.
What seemed like a simple job begins to unravel.
You can see it.
No. Listen, let's not concentrate on the electricity, yeah?
This gentleman here explained to you that if you couldn't pay it, he's going to ask you one more time. If you couldn't pay it...
It's not kind of gentleman. You know, you didn't even take off your shoes.
But don't take... Why am I going to take off my shoes?
Hang on.
No.
You're standing here arguing me about me taking off my shoes.
That's fine.
This is our
OK, how come? I need to see what I'm doing. Well, I tell you what, we'll have that discussion. We'll have that discussion after you pay me your rent, OK?
We must
Fantastic.
pay, I know, yeah.
So let's not deflect, yeah?
That's why I want to ask the police.
You call the police.
Fantastic. You call the police. Fantastic. It's a civil matter.
You know.
Fine. Ask the police. No problem. Ask the police. No problem.
OK.
Police.
The tenants now explain their concerns to the police.
They said they can't see us during daytime. Now. Yeah, because normally we lights off in daytime. That's why I can't talk with them because.
So that's why.
They didn't know. Just pop in. This is my place. Even I haven't.
This is your commercial property.
Yeah, 2 months. Yeah. I would like to pay today, but.
Brian and Graham wait it out. But then the police call takes a much more serious turn.
Anyone come because I'm so scared.
You're scared?
That is violent, you know?
Sorry?
Hang on. Were you even arguing to that for?
The tenant's allegation that the agents have been violent could have serious implications for Brian and Graham.
So you just told them we were violent, madam?
Any improper conduct instantly puts their jobs on the line.
Shouldn't lie.
So you just lied to the police?
Yeah.
If you just come in, you know.
We can come in.
That's not violence, is it? The lady just told us we were violent.
You know, you didn't.
We don't need invitations.
We don't need invitations to come in.
One of the reasons we work in pairs is for that exact reason. It's, you know, it's a safety aspect. If any accusations are made, you know, there's two of you there. It's pathetic. I don't like it. It's not on. It's not acceptable.
And any problem, I will call you back again. Yeah?
The police take no further action, but Brian and Graham still need a result.
I'm just going to ask you one more question. One question. Can you pay this debt?
Yes or no?
Yes or no?
Yeah, we can pay.
Right, can you pay it then, please?
Yeah.
Thank you. All that...
I know, don't worry about it.
No, turning on
light.
lights.
So they deflect, don't they? A lot of situations have been grown way out of context because of accusations made. You know, not only is my time being wasted, but the police's for false accusations. It's just a deflection tactic for me. We'll speak to the police about wasting police time.
I know, yeah.
Yeah,
But-
I'm making
but
false...
even-
Hang on. I'm making false accusations. It's all on camera. Have a good day. Bye-bye.
Thank you very much. Bye-bye now.
After all the drama, the agency has paid up in full. Graham and Brian are just relieved that this job is finally over.
Stupid, but anyway, it's all done and dusted now.
They're quick, they're not stupid. These days aren't stupid. They try and make all sorts of accusations. There's two men in here, they're violent, we're scared. I've had worse. In fact, you know what, I haven't.
No, that was...
That's the worst one.
That was the worst one for accusations, yeah, definitely.
That's got to be on police telephone bloopers.
Right, we're done now anyway. Let's go, let's get out of here.
Soaring numbers of tenants in private rented homes face eviction because rising house prices are prompting landlords to sell up or raise rents. In the last year, there's been a 38% increase in the number of tenants coping with the threat of eviction, even though they have no rent arrears.
To seize any assets to cover the debt.
Hello? Are you these people here? Yeah?
Yeah.
I'm High Court Enforcement. I've come to repossess the flat today. Can you explain to Mother? You have to move today.
Okay.
We will allow his father here?
No.
Now, where is he? Can you ring him to come home?
The family, with 3 children, is originally
My
from...
husband come.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. How long? How long?
He will come now.
A family friend has also arrived.
My name is Paul Bowhill.
Right.
I'm a High Court Enforcement Officer. We have an eviction order.
Yeah, it's basically he's homeless, you know. He don't have a property. He got kid, wife, and so he's very worried. You know, he said to me, "Can you give me 1 bedroom flat for my living?" I'm saying, "Brother, I can't do this one because I'm just living with my cousin, you know."
Yeah.
The tenant's family is surviving on what the father earns from a part-time job.
Yeah, his dad is coming.
Is that Dad there?
Yeah.
Hello.
Hi, son. How are you?
My name is Paul Bowhill. I'm sorry to meet under these circumstances. I'm from the High Court. I have a warrant here which is to evict you from the flat. Can I suggest you get your family together? I'm not going to come back in. I'm going to go to the cafe for a cup of tea.
Okay.
It's now 9 o'clock. By about 10 o'clock,
Okay.
OK? You don't have to move everything today.
Okay.
You can come back to do that tomorrow by arrangement with the landlord.
Yeah.
So I'll be about.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
That's fine. Thank you.
Very much.
The local council have told the family they will pay them housing benefits if they can find new accommodation. But so far, this has proved impossible.
From 3 months, I'm looking for house. I can't find. They're looking for the paper from work for 35,000 or like this. If you proof of that, everything. Yeah, if you say personally I pay to you, yes, it's all right. But for housing benefit, nobody can give you.
The local council now has a crisis on its hands. After 18 months in their home, this family will be out on the street within the hour.
For now, I'm going to the bonnet to what they do in the situation. But in emergency, we can't do anything. I don't have any place, anything. But now, in 1 hour, I don't know what can I do. That's very hard, yeah.
One hour later, Paul returns. He wants to take possession of the flat. But that's not all.
Paul is also authorised to seize any possessions to cover their £3,200 rent arrears. He can see there's nothing of value in the flat, but he did notice that the tenant arrived by car.
If we have the ability to secure the debt, we will always secure the debt. So if there's a car there and it's not on finance, we'll seize it, not necessarily take it away, but we claim ownership to it. So if they break their promise, we will go back and we will take it away. I just had a stroll down the road and identified he's got a car, a Renault Clio Dynamique, which is HP3, which means we can seize it. Have you got money to pay? Have you got some money?
No, in the moment we don't have.
No money. All right. You say you've got no money, but you own a car which has got no finance on it. The car is worth about £1,500.
Which car?
The Renault. The Renault Clio.
Where is it?
It's down the street there. It's the one you drove here in.
Yeah, but this is not my car, it's my
Whose is
friend's
it?
car.
Have
It still is my friend's car, but it's insurance with me, because I'm driving.
Yeah. The enforcement view is that we should just take his car and immediately sell it at auction. You know, there'll be less than £1,000 coming back. So it's probably better in the threat than in the removal. He's a man, he's from Afghanistan, he's obviously a refugee. He's got 3 kids. So regardless of the direct cash issue, it's going to just impose a further burden on him.
Paul is unable to pursue the car as he can't prove ownership.
We will go now.
You're going to go now?
Yeah.
Quay trở lại với kênh của mình. Hôm nay mình sẽ tô một chú chim cánh cụt mũ mà cùng theo dõi quá trình mình tô màu nhé.
Mấy đồ cam, anh em vào làm việc hợp tác.
Tô màu màu vàng. Chân mình tô màu vàng.
Cần một tour dọn nhà đón Tết.
Sẽ tô phần viền chim cụt này màu xanh dương.
Nước thì sẽ tô vào đấy, mình sẽ tô vào xanh cái biển.
Nhưng mà cái thằng này đỏ nhỉ? Có dẫn bên nghèo khó. Đó là thằng cái trò tua dẫn tua này đấy. Băng này, băng bận, cái con béo nhỉ? Băng rau cho gái được ăn đấy. Đi bắt chuột thì tìm tín ngồi cho ngày hôm nay.
Vâng, rồi mình ra ngoài rồi xong danh cầu người đấy xong kênh cho danh của mình hẹn mọi người và mình bây giờ tiếp theo.
Là đi du lịch đấy.
Bây giờ tất cả cái đưa tay của mình hôm nay cùng mình cứ trên từ đây cùng xem ngày quà của mình cùng với tay của mình cùng nhau. Anh trời mình sẽ tô màu vàng. Nước biển thì chúng tôi là màu xanh.
Bố mình tôi một ca.
Chưa khá à? Em chỉ quay hậu trường cho như vậy.
Chị D thì cho tôi ở đây.
Mình đã hoàn thành xong buổi xem, cảm ơn mọi người đã theo dõi hết video. Hẹn gặp lại ở những video tiếp theo.